Hey, welcome back to Grit and Grace with Jennifer and Merideth. I'm your girl, Jennifer.
And I am your girl, Merideth. Man, what a beautiful day out there, guys. It is going to be wonderful. High of 61. Man, it's going to be a beautiful thing. No chance of rain. I'm loving it. I'm loving it. And yeah, so thrilled to, of course, be here with y'all listening in every Saturday morning, 8 to 10 on Conroe's FM 104.5 and 106.1 with my girl, Jenn. The first hour was so much fun having Amber on, and I got to learn a little something because I felt a little silly that I didn't know our state motto. But man, she knows how to do it, and she's a local author right here from Conroe that went on to produce a book about Texas and the history of Texas for children. And it's perfect because you can also, many adults will learn from it too. So it's something that we want all our listeners to go on and find out and really get today. And of course, if you were tuned in, you know that we were trying to, of course, give one of them out, autograph version Amber had for one of our Facebook lovers. So go on Facebook, and first one to answer it properly and correctly, I should say properly, is going to get their very own. Very excited. So yeah. And as far as now that we're in the 9 o'clock hour, you know, that means we got more of the fun coming up. We got Share the Sweetness, we got Dreamland, and all kinds of stuff. So before we get to those, though, I want to tell you something.
Okay.
I'm going to be out of town next weekend. But what I love about you is that you are going to be here rocking it. You're going to have a special guest host, and y'all are going to be kicking it. And hopefully I'll still have my job when I get back, because I got some pottying to do. What? My brother was so sweet. In case listeners you don't know, he gave me a Christmas gift that I would never give myself. And why are you looking all sad? Aren't you happy?
No.
Okay, well, she's happy for me. She is on the inside, deep down, that I'm going to be going on this awesome cruise with my girl Leah. Super thrilled. But, you know, it's down to the wire. I got to get everything ready, right? So, you know, the craziness that happens with preparing. You know, I got to go through my list and everything. And, you know, earlier I was talking about Sudden Link. Okay?
Yeah.
I'll kind of fill you in on something that happened yesterday for me. So about 6:30, leaving to go take my boy to the bus, because that's what time they pick him up, 6:30 in the morning. Good night. So we're literally about to drive out of the, nose out, heading out the driveway. And my neighbor is driving by. He happens to, have a truck business, and he drives like a big dump truck. So he had to be in a hurry, right? Because he did not put his top down, like his, whatever it's called. It was not all the way down his bed, and took out the entire system in our street. And I was like, whoa. So there was an explosion, transformer went down. It was crazy town, right? So I was like, oh, and it was an accident, of course, but got power up and going again. So we're good. Then sorry about that. Suddenlink is not recognizing that the system is down. So I have been calling. I'm that kind of crazy woman that keeps calling every few hours trying to see if there's been a cancellation, because of course they don't have a waiting list and they don't consider it an outage. And it's pretty frustrating, girl. I'm not going to lie. So I had to go, and luckily we were at the Martinos last night. So I was able to, watch the game and get a little show prep in.
Yes.
But man, talk about a monkey wrench in my plans, because, I got, all kinds of post-production to do. I got, a little shopping, getting my list together, printing out my documents. So more or less, Sunlink, I know you mean well, but you need to get someone else in my neighborhood because it's wrong. Of course, they're like, well, nobody else is called. Well, because half of them don't have power, across the street. They don't have power still.
Right.
And they're like, well, if they don't have power, I was like, no, they have power, but their meters were taken down too, so they don't have power. I'm like, we have the transformer fixed, but they don't have power because they still have to get their meters and everything rectified.
Right.
So it's a little frustrating, to say the least. And I know you heard me yesterday because I was right at the cusp of it, but I've calmed down. And I know everybody's doing their job, and I'm not trying to be psycho, but let's just say I'll be calling again after the show. Because I called on my way in this morning, and I asked how many people qualify for an outage. Because, of course, when I said it last night, I was like, well, they said it's not qualified as an outage until multiple people call. And, of course, this happens all the time. Whenever I get off the phone is when Ryan will come to me and be like, well, did you ask how many qualify for an outage? I was like, where were you 2 minutes ago when I was on the phone with them? So, needless to say, when I asked them this morning, I was waiting for a number, and they were like, well, it has to be 50% of your area. I was like, well, I think there's probably about a dozen people on my street. She's like, no, your area. And I'm like, oh, y'all are going to get me mad. So, saga continues, of course, no internet.
Well, good luck with that.
Yeah, I know. And then, of course, the battery didn't start this morning, so my lovely husband had to jumpstart me to get here. And then he called. He's like, well, what are you going to do after the show? I was like, I'll figure it out. Don't worry about it. It'll all work out. He's like, well, do you know if Jennifer has jumper cables? I was like, I don't, but we'll figure it out. I was like, I mean, you're not going to leave me. Jen never leaves me. That's the great thing is she'll wait for me to move. She'll be like, why aren't you moving? Like, she acts like.
Put your phone down. Put your notepad down. Whatever you're doing. Put it down. Put it in reverse so I know you're leaving.
I know. She is so cute. She's my mama bear. She always makes sure. So I was like, don't worry. Jen won't leave me. If anything, I'll just walk down to the car shop and be like, somebody help a girl out. So hopefully I'll get that fixed today. But, man, talk about, try to have some monkey wrenches, but it's not going to get me down. You know why? Because I'm going to Costa Maya in a couple days. Really, the cruise I'm super excited about because it's a party thing, and it's going to be fun. I'm going to sleep in. Like, I'm literally not going to have an alarm at all.
You're not going to sleep in.
I don't know, because I do love breakfast. You're right. So I'm going to want some.
Because your body is so used to only getting a certain number of hours.
Yeah, no. Like last night, I didn't go to bed till 1, but I had to wake up at 5. But because, again, Sunlink, much love, but fix my stuff so I can get better sleep. It stresses me. But, we're super excited. Eek. But I get to get some Dramamine, too, because you know how it is when I do not have my sea legs. So even though we're on a big, huge ship, I cannot, just as it just sets me at ease just to have it. You know what I mean?
Gotcha.
Do you have your sea legs?
I don't know.
So you're good out on the water?
I don't know.
You've never been out on the lake?
Yeah, but not far out.
Yeah, that's true. The lake's not too bad. It's because that one time going deep sea fishing with Chris for our birthday. Yeah, that was a toughie. That's when I knew Mama's not meant for the choppy waters. Okay, well, so I'm super stoked about that. And I'm looking forward to, of course, the travels and everything, but of course, the headaches that come with it, right? So
right.
When you were planning your trip, first of all, when you're getting your trip stuff together, do you like the planning aspect or no?
Yes.
Okay, really? Oh, good. One answer. Okay, good.
Well,
yeah.
you asked me a question that only required one word answer.
No, don't worry. We're not in interrogation here. Where's my spotlight? Like, yes, officer. No. So what is your favorite aspect about trips then? Is it the planning? Is it, being able to take the pictures? Like what kind of tripper are you?
That doesn't make any sense.
I know. It was just funny. Sorry. So do you like the planning or do you like while you're there to take pictures and all kinds of stuff? Like what is your favorite part about getting to go on vacay?
Doing nothing.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, we'll have moments of nothing.
I'm really bad about taking pictures.
Oh, me too. Yeah.
I mean, yes, I am a planner. Do I get excited about all the planning? No, not necessarily. I mean, I do it because it has to be done, and I need to make sure that I get everything.
Yeah, well, and for me, I love looking at the itinerary, seeing where stuff is, trying to figure out, what I'm going to wear with this and that, and be ready for anything. And so that's what I'm looking forward to probably the most is just the busy of it because the itinerary on a cruise ship is heavy. So you could be doing like multiple things at once. This one appears to be a little different because it's, the celebrity themed one. So I don't know if they'll necessarily have, multiple things going on at the same time because it looks like they kind of stagger it so everybody can see, this event and that event going on. But I'm really excited. And back to the Texas thing, one of the nice restaurants is a steakhouse. And so, you get the free whatever food and then you can have these like premium restaurants set up.
Yes.
And one of them is a steakhouse. And my girl Leo and she and I were like, why would we want to go to a steakhouse on a cruise ship when we're from Texas? Like, there's no way that there could be a better steak than what we find here. Like, we've had good steaks, so it's nothing, so we were exploring maybe a French restaurant. But then my girl Leah, she's an amazing cook herself. So, want to get her impressed. But also, she happens to be a Snow White. So that's why the French food may not be up her alley, because she's not going to have no snails or nothing like that,
Gotcha.
So that is gonna, more or less, we'll find out what exactly is going to be going down with the premium. But for now, we just got, of course, everything taken care of. We got the hotel in New Orleans. We got the flight to New Orleans. And then the hotel. Sorry, back it up. And then we're going to go on the ship. We already got the party package done. Bada boom, bada bing. Magic. It's going to be great. And then in Costa Maya, we'll talk about it in Dreamland. There's so many great things to do. Us, on the other hand, Leah has not seen blue water. So this is going to be just a great way to go to the beach, low key, have some beach time, and then get back on the boat and continue the extravaganza.
Gotcha.
I had to bring in the extravaganza.
Yes.
So as far as your vacation plans, what do you think your next one's going to be and where?
Mount Pleasant.
Random. Why?
For Christmas.
Oh.
We're going there for Christmas.
Oh, that's right. The holidays are right around the corner, right?
Mm-hmm.
So when do you start planning I don't want to jump ahead because I know you love Thanksgiving. So do you actually decorate for specific Thanksgiving themed?
No.
No.
Well, no. I mean, I don't know. It's hard to explain. Where I live now, I don't.
Okay.
If I had my own place, I would probably decorate more.
Okay. No, that's fair
If I had
enough.
more space.
Well, and even at my new place, it's not new. I've been there a few years. I don't decorate like I do at my other places just because, for Halloween, we're in the country now, so I'm not, and I love to decorate, don't get me wrong, but for Halloween, when you decorate and then Halloween night, you don't have I'm not going to be there. So, and we don't want, because of our dogs, not because they're mean, they just happen to be really big and loud and rambunctious. We can't have trick-or-treaters. Plus, we're in the country, so it's every 20 minutes somebody comes by. So I'm yeah. So I don't really decorate for Halloween, right? But I go to my girl's house and I hang out with some friends and all that. But then for Thanksgiving, I used to have a little Happy Thanksgiving sign and everything like that. But you're right, it's just a little bit, just a few things, nothing
Right.
too big. But then for Christmas, that's when I bring it. And really, I don't even decorate the yard too much. I still, because we're in the country, I just find it, I don't know, if I were in my cookie cutter neighborhoods again, maybe. But no, now I love driving around and seeing some of the Christmas lights here.
Right.
I mean, they're really great. But yeah, just trying to see exactly how you're thinking with your vacay and maybe the holidays coming up, because I know it's a bittersweet. You're kind of angry that I'm going out of town, but not because I'm going out of town, because she's going to miss me. But I'm going to miss you too. I'm going to be thinking about you. And I cannot wait to watch the replay and hear all about it. And if the station is still up and running, because I hope y'all don't set it on fire with the hotness that y'all are going to have, and I still have a gig, that, it'll be great. And I talked to Hefe's, get somebody to cover the board, so we'll be good as gold. Right, Hefe? All eyes on us. I'm watching you. Watch me. Okay. And so how about we take a quick break, because I can tell you're very excited, and we can go off to share the sweetness. You want some sweetness?
Sure.
Get out of your grump.
We have a winner.
What?
Yeah, the way that you worded the question was not
conducive.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I reworded it a little bit.
All right.
And I said Amarillo has the third largest airport in the world. Amarillo is also an alternate landing site for...
You were trying to give some love. Okay.
Yes.
Who won?
Anna Shaver.
Oh, Anna Shaver. Miss Anna, I love you.
Yes.
Hope you're doing good,
So,
sweetheart.
For those of you who were trying to Wikipedia the answer, Aunt Sally, it's the space shuttle. Amarillo is an alternate landing site for the space shuttle.
Well, much love to our listeners, especially Miss Anna Shaver, you beautiful lady. I hope you're doing great. Hugs and kisses to you and the whole family. I wish I could just hug and shake you right now. I mean, sweetness, not shake, meanness. But no, wonderful. Congrats, sweetheart. Yes, you get your very own autographed copy of Mighty Big and Super Great. Texas is a Lone Star State from Miss Amber Manning. We will have that available for you. And listeners, if you're just tuned in, yes, we just had a great giveaway. One of our favorite listeners won. And you too can get plugged in. You got to get on Facebook and connect with us so you get in the know to have kind of an update of what's going on for every time we're having giveaways or want to communicate anything, right? So
yes,
it's Grit and Grace Texas on Facebook. On Twitter, it's Grit and Grace Tex, TEX. And then you can, of course, reach out to us on our email if you want to ask any questions, show suggestions, or even our sponsorship package, gritandgracetexas@gmail.com. So thank y'all so much for listening. We've got more, actually. We're going to be sharing the sweetness next, so stay tuned. It's Grit and Grace with Jennifer and Merideth.